Florida Congressman Mike Waltz. Congressman, welcome back to the show.
Hey, good to be with you, Sean.
All right, Congressman, you've been spending a ton of time with him as he makes his stops in Florida there. What do you think the debate strategy should be? I know a lot of people are talking about, Lindsay and I just mentioned, should he be more presidential? Should he let Biden take the full 2 minutes and kind of talk about his own policies, that being a good strategy? Or should he go back and be really aggressive? Should he bring up Hunter Biden? What says Mike Waltz?
Well, first, I think what the moderators do and the Presidential Debate Commission is doing is borderline corruption. If you took the topics that best poll for Biden and you took the topics Trump, they eliminated all of Trump's topics, foreign policy, the economy, leadership on the world stage, all of those, and replace them with what Biden wants. So that said, look, what I hope to see the president do is just walk through his accomplishments. The line that he has done more in 47 months than Biden in 47 years is true. I do it all the time before his rallies, whether it's justice reform, veterans reform, tax reform, the Abraham Accords, and VA reform, on down the list, is just incredible. And we need to remind people of that, and then remind people of Biden's horrible record. Heck, I was just reminding a family member that Biden opposed the raid of Osama bin Laden. If Biden were president, Osama bin Laden would still be there today, and probably Soleimani and Baghdadi too. And we would have the country open to China in the middle of a pandemic. So his horrible decisions need to be brought to the fore, and you contrast that with the president's very real record, and it is game over, checkmate, done.
Hey, Congressman, hold on. I'm getting breaking news. The Debate Commission has come out with a new rule. Okay, I just want to make sure I get this straight. Trump is not allowed to say Joe Biden's name. They are just saying this now. I think they are not. Yep, he's not allowed to say Joe Biden's name, and he's not allowed to talk about his record during this election. Do you think that's going to have an effect on the election?
Yeah, it's incredible. No, look, it's just, it wouldn't even surprise me if that were real at this point. It really wouldn't. It's just nuts.
But you mentioned that you listed off the first of all, I want to say your advice is spot on. List all those things and you can keep going. The Abraham Accord, pulling out of the Iran agreement, all the things that he's done. Stay focused on the agenda. But I think it's amazing. Yesterday we saw the Director of National Intelligence and the Director of the FBI saying that both Iran and Russia are seeking to influence this election, and yet the moderator isn't putting foreign policy as one of the issues. How nuts is that?
Well, just the fact that Iran is so desperate, they desperately want Biden back in. They know he'll go back to appeasement, go back to sending them pallets of cash, and doing little about their support for terrorism all over the world, backing away from Israel. Of course, Biden wants him there. Of course, Israel wants Iran wants Biden in. Of course, our adversaries want Biden in. And I think you're going to hear more about Chinese interference in the coming days. But I do want to say very quickly, kudos to the administration for being transparent about it, informing the American people on it, and building the infrastructure that can detect this, because what happened in 2016 happened under Biden and Obama's watch, and we didn't find out about it till 3 years later. That's why I've introduced a bill called the Alerts Act to put it into law to tell the American people when this happens.
Good for you. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's amazing. But I usually wait until the New York Times tells us what the intelligence landscape looks like, because, as you know, they know more than the Director of the FBI and the Director of National Intelligence. According to them, when it comes to Hunter Biden, they seem to know more than everybody else. But, Congressman, the other thing that was going on today is Senate Judiciary Committee Democrats boycotted the vote of Amy Coney Barrett, called it a sham, and walked out. And Kamala Harris tweeted about it and made it very clear that this is a total scam. What did you think of this stunt?
Yeah, well, it's just par for the course. The thing that also didn't get mentioned yesterday is they also blocked an extension of the PPP program, right? There's $135 billion sitting there unspent while businesses go out of commission forever, and all they have to do is say, yes, you can have access to that money again, and they purposefully blocked it because they're taking an all-or-nothing approach, my way or the highway. the progressive agenda rules. And listen, Amy Coney Barrett got more and more popular every single day she was up on that television screen. She nailed it. She nailed the landing. And she is going to be a fantastic jurist. And for a change, Republicans are standing up and saying, forget your antics. We're going to follow the Constitution, follow our authorities, and get this highly qualified justice on the bench.
I honest to God, every time that woman talks, I think she runs intellectual circles around the Democrats and makes them look like idiots for not voting to confirm her. She is so eminently qualified. It's unbelievable. But can I ask you a question? You said, I don't want to overlook what you just said. How much of the that stimulus money is still in the Treasury is unspent? What was the number you just gave?
$135 billion has already been appropriated. It's sitting in the Treasury. All it needs is an authorization from Congress. It could be half a page bill saying you can go back again and get another 8 weeks. That's nuts. And yet I'm getting my phones are ringing off the hook with businesses, that are going out forever. Family businesses gone. Yeah.
There are people out of work. You guys have already appropriated the money. This is insane. Nancy Pelosi, people have to understand that. This isn't even new money. It's already been appropriated. It's sitting in the Treasury, but the time clock ran out, folks. This is insane what Pelosi is doing. People are out of work.
Yep. It's spend her $2 to $3 trillion on their progressive agenda, or you get nothing. That's essentially what she's saying to the American people. My way or the highway, 100% or nothing at all. And it's just
it's not even my way or the highway. It's my way or pull. Yeah, it's my way or pull off the highway because you can't afford gas, right? Yeah. My way or pull off the highway. You can't afford your gas payment. You can't afford your car payment. Congressman, before I let you go, we're out of time, and I apologize for this. Florida's got 29 electoral votes. I don't see any way that Donald Trump gets a second term without carrying Florida. You've been out there on the trail, opening up his rallies with him all over the state. Florida, 29 electoral votes. He keeps them, yes or no?
Oh, he keeps them. Don't pay attention to the polls. I don't even look at them anymore. I look at raw vote totals. The Democrats, I think, have made a mistake in shifting their voters from election day voters into vote by mail, but a lot of them are going to get rejected because first-time vote by mail voters tend to mess it up. And the red wave is coming in early voting and on election day, and I think we pull it out. It's going to be tight, but we pull it out.
I agree. It's always tight. But I think that what you just said is important for people to understand. If you're voting, you normally vote on election day, and they just got you to vote early, it still counts as one. Unless you live in Chicago, then it probably counts more. But the point is that you're absolutely right, and that's what we can't get discouraged by the mainstream media. Congressman Mike Waltz, thank you for being here, as always, and sharing such amazing insight. Look forward to having you back soon.
All right, Sean. See you soon.